Nice.
Hey kids, how's everybody doing out there in YouTube land, huh? Now we'll give it a couple minutes, let everybody show up. Back to our old schedule of Sunday night live streams. Here it is, Mother's Day 2019. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Hey Alexander, how you doing? Hey Wise Guy, how you doing? Good to see you here. Thank you, appreciate that. Got my new project getting started right here beside me, as you can see. Everything's going well. Alexander, everything's going very well. Thank you. Hey, Pilot, how you doing, brother? How's things in Wisconsin? I'm sorry. What? What are you? Okay, obviously the dog is excited about me doing a live stream. You see everybody on the stream? You see everybody? Get down. Goofy dog. Oh, man. So, anyhow, getting ready for another live stream, and that one's for you, Pilot. Appreciate it, brother. Hey, BT Express. Hey, Armco. Alexander says, glad to see this new adventure. Thank you. I am, too. Pretty exciting direction we're going in right now, actually. I feel good about it. Doing something constructive, doing something positive, making something happen, you know, earning our own way. I kind of like that. So, just did that myself. Well, there you go, Pilot. Salute to you and your wife, ma'am. All right. First of all, a little bit of logistical update. Me and the dog. Oh, there she is. Easy. Stop. Easy. Me and the dog are here in Ohio. Alexander says I'm going to roll a joint. Hey, Rejects. How you doing? Anyhow, me and the dog are here in Ohio. Okay, get down. The dog is just loving it. She's got other dogs to play with here at the house. She's got lots of land to run around and play on. She's not just stuck on the boat with me all day. And so she's really enjoying the life here on land. So from her standpoint, she's really happy and she's glad about that. There's another lady here in the room who's also very happy that I'm here, who didn't want to be on camera, but she's going to say hello anyway. Say hello, Johanna. Say hello.
What happened?
Say hello.
Hi, everyone.
There you go. There's Johanna. Johanna requested not being on camera, so we're going to honor that. She doesn't want to be on camera. That's absolutely fine. Anyhow, so we're here in Ohio getting things organized. As you saw in one of my other videos, I did a little clip, or maybe I put it on my Facebook, a picture of a bunch of building materials that I recently bought. Lumber, pipe. We are getting ready to assemble the hydroponic system. Obviously didn't do it today because it was Mother's Day and it's raining all day today, but tomorrow we're going to get outside and start building the framework and drilling the holes and getting the pipe all laid out and start assembling the hydroponic system so we can get these guys, all my tomatoes, we can get the first group of them out. So, first bump Wise Guy. Okay. Oh, man. Anyhow, so we've got 4 weeks worth of plants started here. I have a tray here right behind me, which we're going to plant here right after the live stream. That'll be starting our 5th week of plants. The first week, which is in this front tray right here, didn't do very well. We didn't have, while I was still in Florida, Johanna started those seeds. We didn't have the right fertilizer on them. We didn't have the light set up on them. We have this little light system here you can see now. That's really helping them to get started and get growing. There's still some other things like we need to do. We need to get a mat, a warming mat underneath of them to speed up germination. I mean, we're still tweaking the system, but we've got most of the system kind of organized and going right now. So it's not perfect, but we're getting started. So life on mainland so far is awesome, Ace. Thank you. I have enough material. I bought enough material to really build, well, 3/5 of what I really need to build. But I was able to put together enough money to be able to get 3/5 of it built. I had the other money, but we had to use it to get the mortgage and stuff here caught up so we can get that secured for Johanna. Anyhow, so we're going to be starting tomorrow building the hydroponic system out. We've got 4 weeks worth of seeds here. We're going to start the 5th week now. And so we should be ready to go to market here in about 4 weeks. In about 4 weeks, they'll grow pretty quickly once we move them out into the hydroponic system. They'll be getting more natural lighting. Plus, it's been kind of cold here lately. You know, temperatures getting down into the 40s at night. In fact, today we didn't even. I think we barely got into the 60s today. So we've got 4 more days of that before it's going to warm up, and then we should be in good shape. So, yeah, Alexander, it's been pretty chilly. So, anyhow, so we're looking forward to getting that all out and organized and getting the farm going. Hello, Mary J. How you doing? Mary J. says, Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Okay, I hope you guys heard that. About the same here without the rain. Yeah, it's been pretty wet here. Ohio traditionally is kind of wet, but it's been pretty wet here, so. Anyhow, that's kind of what's been going on here. I still haven't finished unpacking the van. There's still a few things left in it. I got most of the things unpacked, but not everything. Hey, Doug, how you doing?
I'm gonna take a shower.
All right. Hey, will you go back down and take that blender with you?
What?
That blender? The mixer on top of the microwave?
Sure.
Why don't you get Taffy?
Huh?
Just show them Taffy.
I don't know where Taffy is. Taffy's our other dog. Anyhow, that was Doug. Doug's our tenant for the time being. Anyhow, so lettuce is coming along. Got some tomato plants which we picked up for Mother's Day for Johanna. We're gonna get those planted also tomorrow. I've got some other seeds I'm gonna be putting in, some squash and some other tomatoes. Hey, John Harris, how you doing, man? Some other tomatoes and some squash. I think 2 different types of squash. And then what else? Oh, yeah, potatoes we're gonna be planting. Right? We got the soil to put the potatoes in.
Yeah,
So a lot of
container now.
lumber construction, a lot of hole drilling, and gardening and planting going to be going on this week. That's going to be the theme this week. So.
What's my baby want?
Well, Miss Lily is really wanting to say hello to everybody. Yes, get down. Apparently, I have a certain tone in my voice when I'm doing the live streams, and she just gets excited when I do that. So. I don't know why. She's just really excited about it. Anyhow, so we had fun today. The kids took Johanna and I out for lunch today for Mother's Day, which was really nice. We got back here. We had a beautiful breakfast this morning. I made Johanna waffles for breakfast, and right now Johanna just baked a fresh loaf of bread.
Anybody's welcome to come over and have a slice with butter.
She says you're welcome to come over for some warm bread and butter if you're in the neighborhood. Anyhow, that's kind of like the update here. Settled in Ohio, getting things going, getting the business organized and getting that off the ground, getting that up to speed. Baking bread, lots of gardening going to be happening this week. Waffles are just pancakes with ABS. Pretty much. But I've not had a waffle in a long, long time, so it was nice to have a waffle. You're going to be on camera.
I know, that's okay.
Okay, so this is Johanna, not the dog. The person, that's Johanna. And the dog here is...
Taffy Rose.
Taffy Rose. This is Taffy Rose. Come here, Taffy. Come here. This is Taffy Rose, and Taffy is a Mexican Chihuahua. She's the Chihuahua with Lily. Quick, Lily, quick.
She's the first half
Quick,
of the
sit down.
California.
She's a little Chihuahua. So she's a fat little Chihuahua, but she's a little Chihuahua. She's actually an old dog. She's what now? 9 years old?
5.
5?
5.
Thought she was older than that. Okay.
Yeah, she's 5.
Anyhow, she's a 5-year-old Chihuahuas. So, yep. So we've got the lab, which is really big, and then we got the little Chihuahua. And guess who's in charge of the house? That's right. The Chihuahua is in charge of the house. The Chihuahua, you'll probably hear her go after Lily here in just a second. Lily gets excited and kind of she bumps her with her nose. Lily will bump the Chihuahua with her nose, trying to get her to play. The Chihuahua will turn around and take a piece out of Lily, which will back her up pretty quickly. It's pretty funny, actually. It's pretty funny to watch. Lily just wants to play. I really think Lily thinks that the Chihuahua is just a squeaky toy that runs around by itself. I think she really does think it's just a little squeaky toy, but they're under, there. You hear that? There you go. They're underneath the Chihuahua's underneath Johanna, underneath the table right now, and Lily's trying to play with her. So we're having fun. Needless to say, we're having a lot of fun with it. Anyhow, yep. So waffles are just pancakes with ABS. They're good. I haven't had a waffle in a long time, man. It was nice having waffles. Jonathan says, "Cool dogs, thank you." Hey Jared, how you doing? Eddie Clark, wow, what happened? Where's the boat? Oh, the boat's in Florida, man. Very nice fish tank. There's no fish tank there. There's no fish tank there. Those are my, do miss the boat life. No, not really. I don't miss the boat life at all. You know what? My house isn't going to sink. And a tornado and a hurricane's not going to come sink my house. So I see it clearly now. Yeah, let me unplug you guys here, and I will show you what's going on. How's that? All right. Oh, let me get up. Anyhow, so this is our setup. This is a butter crunch style lettuce that we're growing. We're growing it in these grow down cubes. Now you can see this is the second week. They're doing pretty good. There's some that aren't doing too good on the edge, but for the most part, they're doing too good. They're actually getting overgrown here. I got to get these guys out. These guys here, this is the first batch. They're not doing too well at all. We've got some basil planted in here. The basil's coming along. They're doing pretty good. But then you can see our seedlings. These are seedlings getting started in here. These are the seedlings that I planted last week. They're doing great. They're doing awesome. So,
Fertilizer.
and then we've got some tomato plants coming up as well. And so we're growing that all here on the counter in the kitchen for the time being until we can get things a bit better organized. We have a garage here, a pretty good size two car plus garage, and that's going to be converted into a hydroponic facility. It's got a dividing wall inside. We're going to take out, open it all up, and then build all the plumbing and systems inside there with lights overhead, so we'll be able to grow lettuce 365 days a year. So, which will be cool. Which will be just fine. Be just fine. So, right now we're a little undersized for what we wanted to be able to be doing. I'd like to be able to do more, but you know, next month we can build more, and the month after that we can build more, and so on and so forth. It won't hurt us at all to start a little bit small and build up from there. So, okay, I missed some stuff in the chat. Let me go back and see what we had here. Hey, old man. Hey, all. Hey, Draper, how you doing? Your farm's on cookie sheets. No, it's not cookie sheets. Those are 10 by 20 seed starting trays. That'd be pretty cool. No hoop house, Jared. You got the garage ready for all the humidity. Oh, not yet. Like I said, I have to get in the garage and make modifications. But yes, it will be ready for the humidity. And it really is, surprisingly, in the hydroponic system, there's not as much humidity as what you might think. It's a pretty well contained system. It really doesn't generate nearly as much humidity as what you might think. Hey, Zigzag, how you doing? War chicken. I like that, war chicken. That's funny. So, anyhow, all right. So that's an update as to what's going on here on the farm and what's happening with that. General update, obviously, some people are asking. I did sell the boat. I did very well on selling the boat. I sold the boat for enough money to buy a van. You guys probably seen pictures of that by now. I bought a nice little van. I drove it all the way up here to Ohio without incident. In fact, we used it today to go running around. Yeah. Johanna had a little step stool in the kitchen, so she's short. Johanna's 5'1". She's very little. Okay, I'm 6'3", she's 5'1". So she had a stool, a two-step like little ladder thing that she would use here to get around, to get up into the upper cabinets and stuff. Well, now we stored that in the van so she can use it to get in and out of the. So it's kind of funny because the van doesn't have running boards. But anyhow, the van's working perfectly. We got here, we got settled. As far as the YouTube channel is concerned, you probably noticed a name change on the YouTube channel. I've gone back to the Grandpa's Farm, only for now I'm just calling it Return to Grandpa's Farm, which is our goal. That's our ultimate goal. Right now, Johanna owns some property here in Ohio, which is where we're staying now. Johanna owns this house. It's got a little bit of land, not very much, small yard. I'll be doing a video on that. We'll fly the drone. I'll give you guys an overview of what it looks like so you can see what that looks like. So we're starting with an urban piece of property, okay? In town, urban piece of property. And from there, we're going to build out. We're going to start with hydroponic lettuce and also other plants and herbs, which we're going to raise hydroponically. We're going to do that here, and I'm also getting licensed here in Ohio to sell real estate. I'm still licensed and active in Florida. I'm still marketing in Florida. So I'll be working the Florida real estate market down the Keys. I'll be working the real estate market up here in Ohio. Plus, we'll be doing the lettuce business to get some cash flow coming in. Johanna, financially, she's set. She's got her retirement and stuff coming in, so she's all right. But anyhow, we're going to do that to build stuff. Now, the goal is, and what Johanna and I want to do is we'd like to buy another piece of land, a much larger piece of land, something half woods, half field, where we can have our critters,
Chickens,
have
piggies.
chickens, pigs, goats, all that kind of stuff.
Lots of
I'd like to
piggies.
be able to make goat milk soap, but my granddaughter gets a little eczema on her. Sometimes, everyone gets dry skin. The goat milk soap really helps her, so I want to get goats so we can start making soap for her. I like raising my own protein, so we're going to raise chickens, ducks, turkeys, geese, hogs, all the stuff like I did up in Alaska. We're going to try to get that together. So our goal is to get a farm and then build a farm back up again from scratch, from the ground up. We're just going to probably just going to buy some vacant land and then build from there. Build a house on it, all that. I may be 60 years old, but the way I look at it, I got 20, 30 years left in me, maybe 40. And so, I'm in good physical condition. Yeah, I'm fat, but I'm in good physical shape. I'm in good health. So we're going to go ahead and do that, build ourselves a farm and get things going. Is that right? Hello? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you want?
I want chickens, piggies, goats. What else did I want?
I don't know. Ducks, geese,
No.
turkeys?
All right, they'll go with it.
Okay. Go with it. That's the dogs fighting again. Not the dogs fighting. They don't fight. Lily takes her nose and Push takes her nose and bumps into the Chihuahua, and the Chihuahua takes that for 2 or 3 times, and she turns around and tries to take Lily's nose off. And then Lily backs away and leaves her alone for a little while, and then an hour later, Lily will go and start harassing her again. So, Lily's a pain in the butt, actually.
Yeah.
She's just a pain in the butt, quite literally, for the
Fantastic.
dogs. So, don't forget Wagyu. Yeah, I wouldn't mind raising a little Wagyu beef. That would be good too. So, no, BH, I'm not in an apartment. We're in a house. Yeah, that sounds cool. Raise me some devil lettuce. All right, we'll do that. Can you buy or rent the neighbor's land to expand? Actually, Rejects, we have looked into that. We very well may be leasing some land to farm on. I will be setting up to raise up all of the critters that we're setting up in mobile systems. Portable fencing, rolling pens, rolling housing for them. So I can, I'll be able to move them around easily. So we are looking into leasing some land, some farmland here. There's a lot. There's a bunch of land that people are not doing anything with. I mean, just a bunch. And leasing farmland, agricultural land here is cheap, 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 cheap. So we very well will probably be doing that. Maybe next month, this month I have enough on my plate. Maybe next month we'll look into doing that. Putting in some meat chickens,
Don't eat the water.
some laying hens. Somebody wants their tennis ball. The kitchen, by the way, has a very slippery floor on it. Lily has no traction, so her feet go all over the place. Get in. Leave my cable alone. Anyhow, so that's kind of the plan where we're going, what's going to happen with the channel,
Timmy.
where we're at, what we're doing. Was there anything else I wanted to discuss?
What?
She's not giving you the
No,
ball?
she's not giving it to me.
What you got, ball?
Yeah, she's not
She's
giving
giving
the
it to
ball.
Doug.
She'll give it to Doug. Doug, I'm in the middle of doing a YouTube live stream, so,
Okay.
which is fine.
Take a blender?
Yeah, take that blender. That's your blender from now on.
Thank you.
If you don't want it, throw it out.
We're saving for a garage sale.
No.
He needs a blender.
You all right?
Yep.
All right, good deal.
See you in a little while when the break.
Hey, what do you think of that rack in the shower? Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's nice.
All right.
See you in a bit for when the bread cools. I'll call you.
All right, so anyhow, that's all the news. It is news across the nation. That's kind of what we're doing here. We're going to do live streams on Sunday nights at 7 o'clock. Probably do that on a regular schedule. Sunday nights at 7 o'clock. One a week for now. We'll see how it goes. I am going to be producing regular videos. Got the cameras out and all that set up. I'm going to be shooting video, making some regular videos. So I hope to get 1 or 2 regular videos out each week besides the live stream. What?
But when we start getting the stuff out there, you do a live stream.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to live stream while I'm doing the construction, or I'm going to film that and then edit the video and put a video together.
Things in there. They can watch you do that.
Well, maybe.
Them do that.
Yeah, maybe. We'll do a combination. You know me. I'll do a combination of live and a combination of different stuff. But rather than do a live stream every night at 7 o'clock or a half hour before sunset, which is what I was doing, I'm going to try to do one live stream every Sunday night from now on. But then also during the week, we may do some intermittent, unannounced live streams. And of course, I'm going to try to do at least 1, maybe 2, maybe more actual videos each week. Some shorts, but some, regular produced videos. I'm going to be making a video of the construction and assemblage and layout of the hydroponic system so you guys can see how that works. And then, of course, we'll be doing regular updates as to how things are growing on it and that kind of stuff as well. So, anyhow, I don't see much in the chat while I've been talking about all this. Let's see. Damn, that sounds cool. Raise me some. Okay, I read that already. Read that. Don't forget Wagyu beef. Too bad you're so far away. My uncle has a bunch of land with nothing going on. Hi, Draper. Well, that is too bad. Signal's very good. Yeah, thanks, Pilot. Very clear video. Yeah, thanks. Well, I'm on my phone and I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm on high-speed Wi-Fi now. So it's no more having to deal with the cellular network down in Florida. So the video quality now should be really good quality from here on out. I mean, there's no reason for me to have bad video quality. Is that cobwebs over the door? I hate cobwebs. Always finding some in my house most of the time. Yeah, actually, you know what? There is some cobwebs up there on the corner. Thanks for pointing that out. We'll get to those. We'll get to those. So, be nice to see the farm back up and running. Be just like the old Alaskan days. Well, not quite. It won't be quite like the old Alaskan days. The problem with farming up in Alaska is that we couldn't winter over anything up in Alaska. It was just too cold in the wintertime. Everything shut down. Snow fell on the ground, 5 feet of snow. That was it. We couldn't do anything else. Here in Ohio, we'll be doing stuff year round, all year round. And doing stuff indoor hydroponically, we'll be having stuff growing all year long. I mean, I'll be able to bring fresh lettuce to the farm market in January and February, which nobody else around here is going to have. Fresh local lettuce, so that's going to be cool. Hydroponically raised, non-GMO, organic, actually beyond organic, fresh lettuce. So looking forward to that, actually. Anyhow, so that's where we're at, how we got here, what our plans are going forward. And with that, I'll open the floor up to any questions. If you guys have any questions about what's happening. I was actually surprised Johanna came on camera. I didn't think Johanna was going to do that tonight, but my sweetie. Tell you what, guys, for those of you guys out there who are my friends that know me for a long time, tell you what, really nice to be in a room with someone who gives a shit about you. It's really nice to have somebody who loves you here all the time around you. It's been a long, lonely few years, and it's really nice, really, really nice. So I'm very happy with it. So Draper Holmes says nice to meet you, Johanna.
Nice to see everybody. To see me, I've been talking to you.
Get over them, guys. Can't wait to see your success. Thanks, Zigzag. Do you miss the old boat? No, don't miss the boat at all. 720p. Yep. I have them in my house too. Okay. You look happy. Pilot, I am. I'm very happy. Very happy, very content. So, Captain Caveman misses your car. Sure. I'm sure he does. Actually, one of the highlights of my day-to-day, okay, it was Mother's Day, but had my granddaughter come up and give me a hug and jump in my arms. That was awesome. I mean, that was just awesome, Got to spend the day playing with my granddaughter. And She is a spectacular. I mean, I'm biased, but she is just a spectacular young lady. Could not be happier for you.
Thank you.
Draper Homestead says happy. Oh, you're reading the comments?
Yeah.
She's moderating for us now. Johanna's reading the comments and moderating for us. Johanna, you can type on there. Thank you.
But they heard me.
I know, but you can just type on there. Thank you if you want to. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if you see any negative troll comments, you're a moderator. You've got a wrench.
And you don't want me to get into negative troll comments.
You can whack them.
My
Janice
little
gonna whack
Italian
'em.
will go wild.
How long does it take from seed to harvest lettuce? Depending on the variety, anywhere from 56 to 80 days. The shortest variety one, which is a Tom Thumb, it's a relatively small butter crunch. It's not a big head. It's about 56 days. Normal ones are about 60. Some can run as long as 80 days.
You need to call Lily up. Somebody wants to see her.
Somebody wants to see Lily. Lily. There she is. There's the dog.
Did you
Hey, you see him right there? Who's that dog? Who's that dog there?
She tried to bump
there?
it.
Who's there? Who's there, huh? You gonna get him? She knows it's me knocking. All right, get down.
Good girl.
Go jump on Johanna. She's a good dog. I missed some stuff in the chat here. What did I miss? Okay, Lang. Hey, Clint, how you doing, buddy? Oh, so Clint's the one who asked for Lily. Yeah, that figures. Hey, Clint, she's doing great. Very odd to see you off the boat. It's been a huge part of you for so long now. Well, Rejects, yeah, I mean, I've been on the boat for a year. Almost to the day. Almost to the day. April 30th of this last year. April 30th was the day I moved onto the boat, and I came off the boat on May 2nd or 3rd, something like that. So almost to the day. I mean, it was like 369 days that I was on the boat. But for 2 years before that, I was doing homesteading up in Alaska and what have you. And so now I'm going back to that. This is just going back to my roots, going back to what I was doing originally. That dog's face, though, great dog. Yes, she is. She's a good dog. So happy for you too. Fenced, yes, very much fenced in yard. Lily cannot get free here. So, what do they sell for at the market? George, we've been doing some research here. At some of the markets, the markets we're going to be attending are in some fairly upscale neighborhoods in the greater metropolitan area. I'm not going to go into specifics because I'm not going to feed the trolls. But there are some markets here that are in fairly upscale neighborhoods. They're getting $4 to $5 a head for quality lettuce. I'm hoping to bring it to market somewhere between $3 and $4. $3 to $4, anywhere in there. We're golden price-wise. I mean, come on, really? Okay, give you the breakdown. Tell you what, can you talk to him for a minute? I'm gonna go get something. Can you talk to him for a minute?
No.
Just hold on.
Hold on.
I want to explain the system, how it works, Shannon. All right, I'm coming.
I could have got you that.
Well, that's what I should have done. I should have sent you for that. Okay. This is rock wool. This is the medium that we grow the tomato or the vegetables in. Okay. This breaks up, this mat. This is 100 plants in this one mat here. That's it for 100 plants. It breaks up into 1-inch cubes. You put the seed in here. This sits in a tray. This sits in a tray like this one right behind me here. And then I used fertilized water. You notice the water here dechlorinating, sitting here getting the chlorine off of it, because you really don't want to use chlorinated water. Anyhow, we start the plant in this until the plant gets up about yay high. That one tray in there, they're yay high. They got to go out soon. This gets moved out into little cups like that. These are called they're called net cups. They're made out of plastic. This then sits inside of a 3-inch PVC pipe, which I'll show you. I'll make a video about it. The water will flow through this, feeding this rock wool which is an absorbent. It's a spun wool material, all natural fiber, nothing chemical in it. It's inert. Anyhow, this will make contact with the water and wick it up into the root structure. Now, when this is done, when this plant's done growing, I'm going to have a root structure, well, it's longer than what I could fit in the screen right now. There'll be roots 10, 20 inches coming off this plant that'll be inside the hydroponic system in the pipe, but it grows inside of this. So to harvest, I simply just take these net cups, which will have the roots growing through it, out. This will be taken to market in totes, large totes with water and ice in them. And then at the market, when people buy them, I'll simply remove the cube. I'll pull these baskets off the lettuce, and I'll sell it. So the only cost to me is this. Okay? For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For almost 10 trays of this, cost me about 20 bucks. For almost 10 trays of 200. So for 2,000 of these, they cost me. So these things are just like penny a piece. Okay? These Grodan cubes, I don't remember the exact prices here for me. I did the calculations. These Grodan cubes cost me, when I buy them in bigger bulk, I get them a lot cheaper. These Grodan cubes cost me about a penny a piece. The lettuce seeds themselves only cost a couple pennies a piece, if that, depending on where I buy them from. The latest order of seeds that I've got coming in right now, there's 1,000 seeds in a package for like $8. So, I mean, 1,000 lettuce seeds. So my cost per plant is, 15 cents, including the cup. 15 cents is my cost. Add to that the fertilizer and transportation. So when I'm saying I can go to the market and sell them at $3 a head, I can go to the market and sell them 98 cents a head and make profit. I can go at $1 a head and make profit. But what they're selling for here, for organic, non-GMO, locally sourced, hydroponically grown, live lettuce, okay? We're not cutting the roots off. They're going to be sold to people still alive with the root structure attached to them. People can take them home, put them in a glass of water, put a little fertilizer in with the water, and the plant will continue to grow almost for a while. They keep it cool, it'll do pretty well. They can actually peel leaves off the outside and eat just the outside leaves, and it'll continue to grow and make more leaves. You can harvest them that way. You don't have to eat the whole head. You can just peel off the outer leaves and let it grow up more, and then have more leaves next week and more leaves next week, and so on and so forth. So anyhow, so my cost basis on the lettuce is really inexpensive. The pump that I'm using is a very inexpensive, very small little pump. I think the pump cost me like 30 bucks or something. An aerator stone, there'll be a little electricity to run the pump and the aerator stone. But our cost basis is like 15 cents a head is our cost basis. Total expenses, electric and everything, 15 cents a head. That's even amortizing the cost of building the facility to house them in. So lettuce can be grown very inexpensively when you grow it hydroponically. Labor is the only function of real cost, and since I'm providing all the labor, it don't make me any cost. So just my time and effort, right? So I missed some things in the chat. What I miss here? Okay, what do they sell for the market? Okay, hello, Carl. And wow, what a change in direction. Congratulations, you look great. Well, thanks. I feel great, Sam. Commercial break. Yep, sorry about that. Nice to hear you. Good luck. Thank you. Allen's Best, California. Some stores lettuce, two heads for $1. Yeah, well, that's because the lettuce is grown in California. Like 95% of the lettuce in the United States comes from California and Arizona. But we're also talking about iceberg lettuce or possibly romaine lettuce, not the lettuce I'll be growing. If you look at the live head butter crunch lettuce, usually in the better markets, it's a lot more money. So live market pricing, that's right. At least you got out of there. Buki is a trailer park of broken dreams. Oh, there's a lot to be said about that, Ace. They say once the sea gets in your bones, it never leaves you. It won't be long and the sea will be calling you home.
I doubt that.
Yeah, not for a while. I wanted to do that. I got it done. Now it's time to move on. So, see you strong, but ashore with your families. Waited better. Still need funds for, or is all okay now? Do I still need funds? You know, hey, we always need money, but we're okay. We're okay. I mean, nobody ever has enough money. I mean, you know, if you want to chip in and help out, fine, do that. I'm not asking anybody for money right now. But if you're going to chip in, use the PayPal, not the Super Chat, because we lose too much money that way. Feel free to do that should you want to, but I'm not asking anybody. But if you want to contribute, that's fine. So I know some people have donated some money, like some people threw in money for different things. Whatever. If you want to do that, that's fine. So, Ernestine, well, good, thank you. What do you use for fertilizer? There's a couple of products out that we're using right now. I'm using. I can't get. I'm not going to get it right now. Right now, I'm using a product. It's a liquid fertilizer. It's actually a worm casting tea made out of worm castings. It's very effective. Why do you find that funny? Oh, your smoke?
He sees the house on fire, I see smoke.
Oh, Johanna smokes. A habit I'm trying to break her of. Now you can do that with different veggies. Yeah, well, a lot of stuff we grow on that. It's a home on fire, I see smoke. Yeah, that's Johanna. Johanna's puffing away here, so. Can you ship to the Bahamas? Big profit. Yeah. Well, what's the expense of the Bahamas is getting everything to the Bahamas. That's where the expense is. So, no, I have no interest in shipping to the Bahamas. The whole idea, guys, is to eat locally. You know, it's to know your food, know your farmer. You know, that's the whole slow food movement that's going on. Quit yelling at them.
That's my leg.
They'll settle it between them.
No, they was doing it on my leg.
I know, they're between my legs now.
No,
so
good. Go over there.
Go lay down. Quit. Leave the dog alone. Go lay down. Leave the dog alone. Go lay down. Lily's tormenting the little dog, so. Anyhow, I'll put her in front of the camera. Let's have a Q&A. Yeah, Janet does. Hey, Janet's if you want to ask Janet a question, put it in the comments. She's moderating. She'll read it and she can respond to you. She told me she prefers not being on camera, but then she came on camera anyway. So.
Well, I'm still a little shy with the camera.
She's a little shy with the camera, and that's fine. That's fine. She will probably get over that, but at least if nothing else, she can film me from now on, which is pretty nice having somebody do your filming for you. So, anyhow, guys, so that's kind of it. That's kind of where we're at right now. Smoking is not bad, but the cost is. Well, smoking is bad and the cost is bad. So, does lettuce ever go in a field or just greenhouse?
Well,
We're going to be growing it actually in an indoor hydroponic system. So it's not in a greenhouse and it's not in a field, which actually makes it a lot healthier. You know, you guys, I'm sure, have heard about all these problems with E. coli and other diseases where they had to recall lettuce that was raised. A lot of the California, Arizona lettuce has been recalled, especially the romaine. A couple years ago, there was that, what's that Chinese, the Italian restaurant, Olive Garden. Olive Garden had a problem with people getting sick from their salads. Just recently, there was a big recall on romaine lettuce from E. coli. Okay, all of those diseases that get into lettuce, which a lot of people don't wash their lettuce, which they should, it comes from the dirt. All those things are in the dirt. When you raise it hydroponically, there's no content with the dirt, so they don't get E. coli. They don't get those problems. So actually, eating hydroponic lettuce is actually much safer for the consumer to have. So, ours never goes in the field or a greenhouse. It's raised inside under lights. So. Johanna, tell yours dog's name and how old is your dog? The dog's name is Taffy Rose, and she's 5, Johanna says. Or did you just comment that? I think Johanna just commented that. Okay. So I'm being redundant now. I like that. I like being redundant. There you go. Johanna sounds like she's an Italian beauty goddess.
I'm Italian.
Oh, she's
Got
definitely
an Italian temper.
She's definitely Italian. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, she's my little mini guinea. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is.
I've been calling her that my whole life. My little mini guinea.
You always tell people you have an MG.
Yeah. Oh well. Here in my corn, they get screwed up with some chemicals they put in some unaffected other crops close by. Yeah, well, George, there's so many different chemicals being sprayed. I mean, the glyphosate disaster. Look what Monsanto did with that, spraying it on the fields is ruining stuff. Just ruining all those GMO foods is just killing people. Guys, it's real simple. Here's my analogy on GMO foods, and try to follow along if you can. A plant starts out with just a seed, just a little teeny tiny seed, but yet it grows up to a great big plant. Well, where does it get all that stuff from? All that stuff, well, it comes from the soil. So what a plant does is it gathers through the transmission of liquid, through rainwater being picked up by the plants. The plant gathers minerals and stuff from the soil, brings that up into the plant, and basically sequesters it. It holds it in the plant, and that's how the plant forms leaves and stems and stalks and grow. That's how it grows. That's how the plant grows. It's got to get that stuff from someplace. Okay, matter cannot be created or destroyed. It's just changed. So it gathers that stuff from the soil and it sequesters it in the plant. So Monsanto comes along with a product called Roundup, but they spray on the ground to kill to kill weeds. So the problem is, if they're killing the weeds, they're also killing the corn, the wheat, the oats, and all the plants that they're trying to grow. So what they did is they genetically modified the corn, the wheat, and the oats, the soybeans especially, so that they won't be affected by the glyphosate that's inside the Roundup. So even though they spray Roundup on the ground, those plants will not die from the glyphosate. Fine, great product. They're making lots of corn, lots of soybeans, cheap corn. High fructose corn syrup and corn oil is in everything now, including our gasoline even, because they're making it cheap, okay? But what happens is that plant has sequestered, remember that plant sequestered everything in the soil? It's also sequestered that glyphosate. That's being held. It's not hurting the plant, but it's in there being held inside the plant. We come along, we eat that. Well, guess what? We're not genetically modified. So when we eat that piece of corn, soybean, wheat, oats, flour, bread, think of all the things made with high fructose corn syrup, everything made with soybean oil, salad dressings, all that stuff, all your cereals, all of that stuff. All that stuff has glyphosate sequestered in it. So when we go to eat it, it's released into our system. We're not genetically modified for it not to poison us, so it gets into our livers and it gets into our kidneys and causes all kinds of health issues for human beings. Thank you, Monsanto. So as you go to the store and you buy that, big 5-pound bag of flour, and, you buy your cereal in the morning, and you go buy salad dressing made with soybean oil, or you buy a bottle of vegetable oil for frying your French fries in, just realize all that stuff has glyphosate sequestered in it, and it's all getting into your gut. So the reason why so many people are getting sick today is because they're eating that crap. Now, I know I sound like I'm on a pulpit preaching or what have you, but it's the research that I've learned, and it was my biggest frustration with being on the boat, frankly. My biggest frustration of being on the boat was that I had to eat that crap because that's what was available in the grocery store. Now I'm growing my own lettuce. Pretty soon I'll be growing my own feed and growing my own critters. So, Johanna's dancing with Lily. And you know what? With the dog standing on her hind legs, she's almost as tall as Johanna. Almost as tall.
Get up.
All right, now
You
you're
want to see
talking
how
to
short
her.
I am?
Okay.
Stand up.
What? You want to show them our height difference? You guys will get a kick out of this. Hold on. Okay, there's Johanna. I'm not even in the camera.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Johanna pretty much comes to my armpit. Can I tell you?
No more.
Can I tell you? I like them well packed. Anyhow, what I miss here in the chat? I miss some stuff. Let me go back. I guess I went back too far. Hold on, Johanstown, like she's in town. Okay, we got that. Corn, okay. Johanna do believe all the bullshit Carl spews. He fancies himself a SME. What's an SME? We don't know what an SME is, sorry. Monsanto, New York, okay. He said he has done everything he has said he's done. Well, that's true, Jan. I have, haven't I? He has not said any bullshit about things he has done. Nope. What type of lighting system will you be using? A combination of different things, actually. We're gonna experiment and try a few different types of lights. Some incandescent, some fluorescent, some LED. We're gonna experiment with a number of different things. So let's hear your voice. Well, you've been hearing my voice for the last 45 minutes now. So glycose cancers, yes it is. Move around the table. I vote to 86 BSIs. All right, well, guys, what do you think? BSIs, there's a vote for BSIs to be booted. What do you guys think? What about air, smog, etc.? Do you have a filter for the greenhouse air? We don't right now, but we will be, yes. Good looking couple right there. Well, thank you for that. Oh, subject matter expert. Okay, well, you know, I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about what I'm doing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing something. I mean, that's a dumb question. I'm talking about my hydroponics and my lettuce. You think I didn't research that thoroughly before I started this? Come on, I've been doing farming and farm markets for a long time. Looked at a new sailboat in LA, had a sticker in cabin saying resin in construction of the boat causes cancer. Well, that's very true. Very cool. My uncle was a big fisherman. We picked out worms, had his lawn sprayed, and killed worms. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Boot first, questions later. BHI votes no. Well, nobody else voted, so unless other people vote, we're not going to decide one way or the other. But I'm good with it where it is right now, guys. Frankly, you know, I know there's a lot of trolls and trash people watching and whatever. I don't care. They can't do nothing to me. They can't do nothing to me. They're of zero interest, zero irritation. They don't bother me a bit. They have no bearing in my life whatsoever. So, anyhow, guys, so that's kind of an update. That's where we are. That's what we're doing. My voice is still bad, as you can tell, and it's getting worse doing all this talking. This is more talking than I've done in a long time. Hey, Weetree, how you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome back. Good to see you here. But I'm just getting ready to end, so seems like you have a good idea. Well, we're going to find out, George. We're going to find out. We're going to put it through the paces. I did this before. I had a hydroponic system on a very small scale. On a very small scale, I had a hydroponic system like this in Montana, and we were taking lettuce to the farm markets there. In Livingston and Bozeman, Montana. What was that?
Taffy got the bone.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The bone is bigger than Taffy.
Taffy has
Okay.
Lily's chew toy. I don't think Lily cares. She's got a bunch more. In any event, so we took a lot of lettuce to the farm markets
Taffy.
there. Simply could not bring enough to market. So this isn't something new to me. Just doing it on a little bit bigger scale now. That's all. But also in a much bigger community, which really helps. So, how is being landlocked working? It's fine. Weetree, I like being back to land. I like being back on ground and starting up a new farm is going to be a big challenge, and I'm looking forward to it. Trying to get things organized. Unfortunately, we're starting on a small residential property in town, a small lot in town. How big is your property? You know? 70 by 100.
It's a lot and a half. That's all I know.
About 70 by 100, something like that.
Yeah.
About 70 by 100 piece of property. So it's pretty small. Pretty small piece of land. A lot and a half for a city lot, but pretty small here in Lancaster, Ohio. But we're going to start with that and build from there. So going to be quite the adventure. Follow along. Let's see what happens. But in the meantime, guys, be good. Be careful. Take good care of one another. And we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Same time, same place.
Same bat channel, same bat time, same bat cave. So You just saw Lily jump up. That was kind of funny. Anyhow, guys, we'll have more for you later.